There are 6,000 defined benefit pension schemes in the UK with more than 16 million members and collective assets of more than £1 trillion. With so much at stake, the PLSA has created a DB Taskforce to assess the challenges facing DB schemes and the impact of these challenges on scheme members, employers and the wider economy.
For many in the pension sector, the challenges facing defined benefit schemes are some of the most intractable. With the potential to impact the health of sponsoring companies, broader economic growth and the retirement benefits of millions of members, finding the right solutions for DB is a pressing issue. Following its launch in April 2016, the PLSA DB Taskforce has gathered evidence and insight from across the industry.
Over the last 6 months, we've been examining the challenges facing schemes. In particular, we launched a call for evidence earlier in the summer. We've been talking to schemes and their employers through qualitative interviews and also one-to-one stakeholder interviews with a full range of industry participants.
With a remit to examine the issue, assess the impact of potential solutions and ultimately to make evidence-based recommendations to government and the industry, the makeup of the task force has been fundamental to its success.
What we felt it's vital to do is to look at it holistically, to bring together a range of people from all parts of the pension system, ones who have involvement in schemes, ones who are from the advisory community, and we brought on board leading economists like Paul Johnson. What we've been striving to do is to challenge the perceived wisdoms, the conventional thinking, to look for new solutions to the problem and to look at it in a holistic way, looking at the risks in an integrated way, and see if this opens up solutions which we wouldn't have thought of otherwise.
The establishment and the timing of this task force for DB, I think, is perfect. We've seen a number of high-profile cases over the last 12 months which have called into question some of the things we all believed about the funding of DB schemes. We know that government, the Work and Pension Select Committee, all are interested in the future of DB, so I hope that this can be a major contribution to the debate.
Building consensus for changes to legislation, flexibility in benefits, improving efficiency and standards of governance, and attitudes to investment risk are just some of the challenges to be tackled by the task force in the coming months.
We need to think about how we manage risk better. We need to think about the focus on deficits and should we have more of a focus on risk to members' benefits. We need to think about how we bear risk, how we invest, how companies allocate capital to pension schemes and elsewhere.
Obviously, we always hope that schemes will continue. The best protection for members, as the regulator keeps saying, is a strong, well-funded pension scheme and a strong employer standing behind it. But inevitably, from time to time, companies will fail, and in those circumstances, the PPF is ready and is able to take on the responsibility.
Despite the scale and complexity of the problems the DB sector faces, there is clear appetite to make real change.
If we get it right, then the vast majority of schemes will be able to achieve some degree of self-sufficiency and pay the benefits in full, and only a minority will actually default in some way with some impairment to members' benefits. But that requires us to make the system more efficient. What does that require us to do? Well, that's the second stage of the study.